Good morning. Good morning. Am I live? I'm live. What up? Look at this. Look at this Leafs cap. Leafs won last night. It's now a tied series, and that'll be the end of the sports talk today. I just haven't taken a shower today, so my hair is kind of, kind of poofy. But something different today. How about some video games and some chatting? How you well do? It is working good. Just making sure. I'm using a different program than I normally do, so I'm always a little worried things are going to break, but everything seems to be going just fine. All right. So, how is everybody? You all good? Everyone's saying good morning. Let me see if chat works. Hold up. If I do this. Oh, look at that. It appears to be working. Though it's not caught up. All right, do I watch baseball? Not really. If Jays make the playoffs, I'll watch, but I'm not super into baseball. So my plan today is I'm gonna play some Advance Wars, and we're gonna chat. This is a turn-based game, so I'm not gonna be ignoring all of you, but we can chat about whatever's happening. I feel like this week, at least for me, it's been kind of slow in terms of things that I want to talk about and cover, and it's just, I don't know. I'm also trying not to focus too much on terrible stories that get me depressed because I just don't. There's so many people cover all the shitty things, and you know what? If you're like me, you need to have a little, I don't know, uplifting news in your life. So I tend to, at least recently, try to focus more on things that get me excited, things that give me hope, like strikes. I covered the strike that's happening in Canada recently. Politicians that are saying the right thing. So it's just, in terms of that stuff this week, there hasn't been a whole lot of positive news. It's just been, and I could have covered, Elon Musk and that SpaceX. The whole SpaceX thing yesterday was so ridiculous. But at the end of the day, who really cares? This is what I put on Twitter, and I still don't really understand. Why is there so much interest in this rocket, in SpaceX? Man made it to the moon in 1969, and we're supposed to be excited about rockets taking off from a launch pad? Like, I just don't. This is, and the amount of investment, the $15 billion in government contracts to SpaceX, $15 billion. NASA never, as far as I can remember, did not intentionally blow up rockets that they spent billions of dollars to make. They did a lot of tests, in controlled situations, but I don't think they went and built they blew up rockets or blew up jets, but not on purpose. That SpaceX is now trying to claim that they did it on purpose. Okay. It seems like a massive waste of resources when you are giving that kind of money to a private company. It's one thing for NASA to invest and the public to invest in these sorts of technologies and science, but for SpaceX to pick up billions in government contracts, especially when someone like Elon Musk, that clown, is the one controlling the company, to me, it's so ridiculous. But apart from that, there hasn't been a lot of big news this week. Is David playing Advance Wars? Really curious if he played it when he was younger. I did not. So my brother was super into Advance Wars. And actually, here is my original Game Boy Advance. Or this may be my brother's. Because I think he had a purple one and mine was black. Was there a black one? I don't know. But we each had one. And regardless, this is one of the original ones that we had. So he was super into Advance Wars. I was not into strategy games or RPGs back then. I don't know, didn't have the patience. I was a huge gamer. Like, don't get me wrong. I was like, for a large part of my life, my goal was to somehow work in video games. So I was massively into games, but I just could not get into turn-based games until more recently. I'm not sure if it's because I matured or gave them the actual, chance to grab me. But now I'm super into them to the point where here's Tales of Vesperia going. Like, I have multiple RPGs on the go. I may even have more in here. I got a couple of Valkyrie Chronicle games going. Like the Shin Megami Tensei 5. So there's a lot. There's too many now. Because I'm like overdosing since I missed so many years of fantastic turn-based games. So I'm super into JRPGs and especially tactical turn-based games like Advance Wars. So I'm guessing I'm going to love this game, just because I am very much into this genre now. Are you into Nintendo? Do you have other consoles? I play every console. I just don't play PC games because I can't. I'm not super into keeping up a PC. I feel like I don't need it either. I have a Steam Deck. That's kind of where I can grab games on Steam if I need something that isn't on any other console. Are you excited for the new Zelda, or are you not really into Zelda? I'm super excited for the new Zelda. So I'm hoping to get a good fill of Advance Wars before Zelda comes out. But I do expect to go back to Advance Wars even after I start Zelda, just because I feel like Advance Wars is a game where you can kind of jump in and out of. Whereas Zelda is one that's going to just, I'm going to guess, grab me for, a month until I finish it. I saw a Final Fantasy. Here we go. Are you a Final Fantasy fan? I am. Sorry, I just want to look at this chat. Is this chat coming out okay on screen? Looks fine. Okay, good. Yeah. So the only Final Fantasy, since I'm late into RPGs, the only Final Fantasy game I've actually beaten is the remake, Final Fantasy VII remake. But the new one I'm very excited for. It's a proper action RPG now, so I'm looking forward to it. And I get the hardcore people; they're kind of angry that Final Fantasy is no longer turn-based, but it hasn't really been proper turn-based for years. So I'm just glad they're kind of ripping the Band-Aid off and trying to essentially make a mainstream RPG. And they have, other fantastic turn-based games, like Octopath Traveler 2 just came out. So it's not like they're not serving that audience. All right. You're about to watch Leftist Mafia. Celeste, I don't think you're going to enjoy this stream. You can watch this. Maybe you will enjoy me on here, because I'm still chatting. But knowing you, Celeste, I think you will likely enjoy the Leftist Mafia podcast maybe a little more. Okay. Should I just start jumping into this? I have never played Advance Wars. Never in my life. Did I ever get around to playing Tactics Ogre? I did play. I played a few hours, and maybe my expectations were too high coming off of Triangle Strategy. I could not get into it the way that I got into Triangle Strategy. I'm not sure what it was. I think it seemed overly convoluted in some ways. It's a game I would love to return to, but for some reason it didn't grab me the way I thought it was going to grab me. Triangle Strategy, though, are my favorites. Look at this beautiful animation. Let's turn the audio down a bit so you can still hear me. How's audio? Good? Do you play FPS games? Yes. Not as much recently, but the one I'll always go back to is Halo. I always enjoy playing Halo, even though it's got its problems. The new one does, Infinite, with the lack of updates, but still good stuff. You play the Pixel remasters? That's also on my list. I want to play Final Fantasy VI. Have you played Pikmin? Yes, I have. Cool. Final Fantasy died with 12. You're one of those people. If you enjoyed SMT5, 3 is also available. I have 3. I have not opened it, but I have it. I bought it on when it was on sale on Switch. I'm sort of afraid of it though. I hear it's very tough, so I'm not sure I'm ready to play SMT3. Celeste says, I didn't know you like to watch reality TV like Love is Blind. I'm watching that before the Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Shrek franchise, etc. No. Wait, what? I've seen Shrek. I've seen Aladdin. I'm not sure I've seen Little Mermaid. I know I've seen, like, scenes.
My name's Nell.
Hello, Nell.
I'm a CO in the Orange Star Army.
But yeah, I mean, I'll watch the occasional reality TV. I'm not... Don't think I'm like some junkie on reality TV love shows. But Love is Blind I just find super interesting because they don't see each other until they're engaged. So it's just a ridiculous show. It's a ridiculous concept. Why would you ever get married to somebody in 1 month? Let alone not seeing them at all. It's bizarre. But this year, surprisingly, 3 out of the 4 couples that made it to engagement got married. Very shocking to me. Especially one. No spoilers, in case you care enough. But one couple there just did not seem like they were going to make it.
Say, is this your first time playing Advance Wars?
Yes, it is.
Huh, splendid. Let me give you a quick rundown of a few modes.
A lot of good chats here. I gotta say, I'm very encouraged by how many of you play games. This is great. Octopath Traveler 2 was amazing and turn-based. I know. I'm hearing great things. I want to play it. I just have to find time. The other issue, you know, apart from being a dad and having very little free time, which is why during the day when he's, you know, he's busy, I get to do this kind of thing. I've also been super into my my 3DS here. Since this 3DS eShop just closed recently, so I was grabbing some games like crazy and playing a lot of 3DS. So if that didn't happen, I likely would have gotten to Octopath Traveler 2, but since I've been deep into 3DS, it's been hard to jump into something else. Xenoblade Trilogy, here's the issue. I have 3. I don't know. I don't have the time to play 1 and 2 before playing 3. Each game is like 100 hours, right? I don't have that kind of time to dedicate to one franchise. So I don't know. I played 10 minutes of 3 and I'm like, I don't know what the hell is going on. I also didn't care for the battle system, but you know, I played 10-20 minutes, so I don't really know much. But I feel like I would like it if I felt like dedicating all of my time to one franchise, which I don't. You can play wirelessly. All right. Main gameplay mode is campaign. I will be doing that. So this game was delayed a year because of the conflict, let's say. I'm trying to avoid any potential YouTube issues here. The conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Because I guess this game heavily inspired by that in some way. Or I think one of the sides, it makes it sound like they're Russian. I don't know. But apparently it was potentially scary territory for Nintendo to enter. So they delayed this game a year.
See you there.
Alright, so far this game is holding my hand, but that's fine. Matt says Triangle Strategy is a slow burn, but once you're in, you're in. Absolutely. That game, I was glued to that game. That's how I know. Like, there's a lot of games I enjoy throughout a year, but if I can't put a game down, then that's like, I know that's on my top of the year. So that, for me, that was that my favorite game of last year? I forget now. It was one of my top 2. And then, or top 3. And then I had also Soul Hackers in there as well. I thought Soul Hackers was super underrated. Soul Hackers 2. And this year, Dead Space Remake is the one that has so far grabbed me the most. Could not put that down despite once never liking horror games. Alright. Xenogears is the only good one? Wow. Look at that hot take. I'm old enough to remember when Xenogears was a thing that people talked about. Which difficulty setting would you prefer? Please note you can change at any time. Well, I'm not experienced, but I don't want it to be too easy. All right, if it gets too easy, I'll change it to classic. Field training. Your favorite game last year was Xenoblade 3, followed by Bayonetta 3, then Elden Ring. Elden Ring is
All right, let's get started.
Very good. And that's me having never liked those sorts of games before. Then my brother got me Elden Ring for Christmas, and so I was kind of forced to try it. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed that game. Alright, so blue, bad, orange, good.
Select this unit, please.
I can do that. Also, this year the new Fire Emblem came out, and I haven't... I had just finished the other one that came out like 3 years ago, so I decided not to yet get engaged, but at some point I'll just jump into that. Patty says, was the GBA version of this game also delayed because of 9/11? I don't I don't think so. There's no connection to 9/11 here. I also don't remember when this game came out. I think it was probably 2002, 2003, maybe 2001. All right. So far, some turn-based goodness here.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? Danarchist? Wearing the Leafs hat, love it. Question, David, was Michael Bunting's suspension warranted or too excessive? It was warranted, and honestly, I kind of hope he doesn't come back into the playoffs. Look, Bunting is fine, but he's too risky to put on the ice. Even if you think it's the refs treat him unfairly, whatever, fine. They treat him unfairly. Don't put him on the ice, get a penalty, and lose games. So, in terms of the hit to the head, initially I thought it was accidental, but because he's not looking at the guy as he's giving him a headshot. But he had to have known where he was skating, and his elbow went up. Like, I think he knew what he was doing. So I'm perfectly fine with the suspension. I say keep him out of the series unless Leafs start losing a bunch of games, and then, you know, the suspension's over, maybe bring him back in. But if things are working for the Leafs, don't mess it up. Keep the lines the way they are. And absolutely do not put Bunting on the first line. Just stupid. I don't know why he was ever on the first line. Like, I get it. He can have his moments, but he doesn't need to be in the first line in the playoffs when he gets so many penalties. Final Fantasy Tactics. Yeah, this that's another one that I have to play. I'm hoping for a remake of Tactics. Otherwise, I'll just grab the PSP version. Alright, so far, very understandable. Not too confusing here. They really keep holding my hand here. This is
Nice work.
this is very. I understand this part. I understand. Even if I had never played Advance Wars, I think I would know how to do all this. Go Bolts! Get the hell out of here. You've had your opportunities. You've won your Stanley Cups. It's time to allow someone else now. I've always been pro underdog. Like the years that Leafs don't make it past the first round, which is a lot of years. I'm always cheering for whoever hasn't had the cup recently. So I think it's time for the rest of you to cheer on the Leafs, since we have the biggest drought in national sports, not even just hockey. Leafs haven't been to a final since 1967. That is, from what I understand, the longest drought in all of sports, all of North American sports, like NFL, NBA, MLB. So it's time. Does being a Leafs fan make you inherently anti-Habs? No. When the Leafs are facing the Habs, yes. But apart from that, I don't. People have this... I think a lot of people have this incorrect assumption about Toronto fans based on some of the crazier people they may have seen. That is just... It's not accurate. Like, if Leafs aren't in, I'm cheering for whatever Canadian team's playing, including if it's the Habs. I don't know. I cheer for the underdog. I'm a very... I think I represent mostly fans, and I'm a very good person. I'm a very good fan. That's what I mean to say. So, I don't know. People are a little too willing to jump to conclusions about an entire fan base off of, I don't know, some random clips they may have seen. I'm getting really sorry. Units also lose some of their firepower when they get damaged, so it's better to fire on the enemy with this undamaged unit. Okay, that makes sense.
Commander.
There's an easier way to give attack orders. If I may, I'd like to show you. See that highlighted enemy unit? It's within attack range, so we can use quick fire on it. Try selecting an enemy unit directly. Oh, I see. Okay. It just speeds up the game. Good stuff.
Well done.
Since you also defeated the enemy unit, notice that you didn't even take any damage. I call that a win-win.
Are you ready for the next lesson?
Yes, I'm very much ready. Capture cities. Sweet. Sounds like fun. Did I play this back in the day? No, I did not. I discussed this earlier. My brother was super into Advance Wars when we were both younger. I couldn't get into turn-based games at the time. I'm not sure I even... I must have tried it. Like, I don't think I would just blindly not be into it. So I must have tried the game, but I don't remember, and I never got into it. But I'm a much different kind of gamer now. These are called mechs. All I see is a bazooka. Yeah, I played the Street Fighter 6 demo last night. I feel like I could maybe get into it with the new control scheme for people that suck at fighting games, like me. So I will give it a shot. I enjoyed what I played, even though the computer kicked my ass. But I think I got closer to understanding what was going on. Capture. Fantastic. Go Bruins all the way. Bruins have already won recently. Enough with these teams that have won. Like, get some new blood in there. Seattle. I want to see Seattle Kraken and Toronto in the final. That's what that should be. Get some teams that haven't won before. Or maybe Edmonton. Edmonton Toronto final. An all Canadian final. Gary Bettman would lose his fucking mind. That's what should happen. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm going to jinx it right now. Dallas Stars Leafs final. That's what I think is going to happen. Dallas Stars Leafs. And it's very possible. Anything can happen. Otherwise, I would choose Edmonton, but I'd rather the Leafs not face Edmonton in the final, so yeah. Beating Dallas Stars would feel better. Be careful not to move a unit that's in the process of capturing a city, or you'll have to restart capturing it all over. Okay.
Nice work.
I see. So it takes a couple of turns to capture.
Hey, want to hear a tip?
Holding ZR. Oh, just speeding it up. Okay, cool. Oh, you're a Stars fan rooting for the Leafs. Good. Good stuff. Last time a Canadian team won the Cup, I believe it was Montreal. 93. I think that's right. So we're talking like, what, 30 years? It's been a while. And by the way, Toronto was almost... I don't want to belabor this point. But Toronto was so... That was the year they should have made it to the final. Whether or not they would have won, the Cup that year. But anyways, I'm sure most of you don't care about hockey. But there was a high stick from Wayne Gretzky on Doug Gilmour. Gilmour's bleeding. There's no call on the high stick. when Gretzky goes on to shoot and score, beating the Leafs in the game they should have won, and going on to beat the Leafs in the series. That no call by a referee named Frazier ended the Leafs when it was so clear that there should have been a call on Gretzky on that play before he went on to score a goal. Some real bullshit, basically. Yes, SF6 modern control is much easier for noobs. Yes, it is. I think it's smart of them to do that. Because a lot of, a good fighting game, it's not about inputting the right inputs. It's about the strategy around how each of the moves work together or in conjunction and how you defend in certain situations. There's a lot more depth to it. So if you can't even get past inputting moves to do anything, then you're not going to get into the depth of a game like Street Fighter. So I think it's smart of them to simplify the controls and at least get people into understanding the chess match that is Street Fighter, which it helps people like me who do not want to input combos, but will absolutely enjoy a chess match. So I do think they have the ability to grab a larger audience with that. What's going on? Defensive cover in the mountains is the number shown here, a 4 in this case. The defensive cover on the plains is a 1. Okay, so in the mountains, it's defense is better. Okay. The higher the defensive cover rating is, the less damage. Yes, of course. Now, please end your turn. Okay. Celeste says, watching Leftist Mafia right now, so is it really surprising Matt hasn't gotten high or drunk before? I haven't either. Like that just doesn't call our attention. Simple. I think I already knew that. I think he's mentioned before how he's straight edge, so I wasn't really surprised by that, I guess. I don't know. People can do what they want. Matt clearly is enjoying life enough to not have to augment it like the rest of us, so I'm actually very jealous of him. But everybody's got their own way of dealing with the world. Is that Randy? Says, I think I've heard my dad rant about the Gretzky high stick at least 100 times. I wasn't even so I was probably like, I don't know, 7, 8 years old then. I wasn't even really watching hockey when I was that young. I didn't get into hockey till I was like, I don't know, 12, 13. But I've been told about that story enough that I have internalized it as if I was a fan at the time watching it, even though I never did. I just saw it after the fact. But yes. That's right. Advance Wars gets my spotlight. I am making Advance Wars famous. No one knew about this game till I covered it. Here it is. It's fantastic. This is like, what is this? Training level 2? So I'm very early into what this game even is. Mech units pack a punch, don't they? Luckily, even a neutral city still provides defensive cover. Okay. Movement cost differs between unit types. Makes sense. I feel like they're look, I get it. They want to make this game as accessible as possible to a very large audience, young and old. But this is this is over-explaining the game. They could just show the moves, and I would understand that, yes, different units have different amounts of spaces. Or tell me this. Okay, I can press ZR over a piece and see what happens. There we go. That tells me he can move 3. Vision 2. They have fuel? What does fuel do? Oh, so limited number of spaces you can move. Interesting. Okay. Pretty sure training stuff is completely optional. It jumped me right into it. And I don't know enough about Advance Wars to skip it, but I do feel like they're... I'm not complaining. I understand why they're doing this, but it is a little too over-explained. For me, personally. Damaged units will take longer to capture. Are you playing on Switch? Yes, I am. This game's only on Switch. I mean, the reboot is only on Switch. We should definitely do that. Juggleman says, I'd watch the Lepus Mafia live stream a game of Mario Kart or Smash Brothers. I think only me, Mike, maybe Lance would even play. Bender, I think, only plays Fortnite. I'm not sure he even has a Nintendo Switch. That'd be fun. Oh shit, what did it tell me? I already missed it. What are my orders? Okay, I'll just, maybe I'll just decide. Let's attack you. Mario Kart, yes. Smash Brothers, no. Why not? How are you live streaming your Switch? By connecting it to the computer. That's how. Just capture card like anything else. Did they just leave me to my own devices? Alright. I can do this. Me and Mike, Damien says I'd watch you and Mike play anything. Me and Mike played Super Mario Brothers 3D World, I think it's called, a couple years ago. Co-op. We had a hell of a time. We beat the game. We actually beat the game live streaming. I would 100% play any game with Mike. It's a fun time. I also have, I don't have many gaming friends, unfortunately. So being able to play multiplayer with anyone I actually know is a rare and fun experience. Hello, Alan. Parker says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hype are you for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? Let's say... I would say a 9. I feel like my hype for games is a little less than maybe what they were back in the day, simply because there is so many things to distract me that I don't... I heard notification. I'm not sure if it actually showed on screen. So because there's, if Zelda was delayed by like 3 months, it wouldn't really bug me because I got this to play. I got 1,000 other games I could be playing. So I don't like necessarily need it now. That said, of course I'm very excited. Oh, what? Okay, that was dumb. I should have killed this dude. You and Mike should play Disco Elysium. Isn't that just a single player RPG? You mean like play it separately and then discuss it? That's a game that I stupidly tried playing while I was inebriated. It's not. You have to be sober to play Disco Elysium, so I made a mistake there. But definitely something I would play. Black Caucus, what's up? Yes, it is me. Alan says, thanks for all the great content, David. You're one of the few that doesn't fearmonger to all hell. Thank you. I also try not to cover the worst of the worst shit because it's being covered enough, and I like to give some hope. I have one. How are you with FPS? Depends on the game. I am terrible at Call of Duty, but Halo, I can definitely hold my own. So, totally depends. Austin says, I need the opinion of Irrational National. Should I get Skyrim Anniversary? I never got super into any of those games. I'm the wrong person to ask. I also don't know how it performs on Switch. Well, I'm sure it's Skyrim. It has to. That's an old game. I'm sure it's fine. But I don't know enough about the Switch version to give any opinions either way. You ready for Jedi Survivor? Yes, I am. Think of what's out now. We got, so this today, which is gonna, I'm gonna guess I'm gonna sink a lot of time into and come back to, I'm sure, over the coming months. Then there's Jedi Survivor. Then there's Zelda. Then there's Final Fantasy 16. I think there's some more within those weeks as well, but those are some big ones. Like there's a lot. Diablo 4. Like there's a. This is why my hype for Zelda is like a 9, because again, if it didn't come out, there's a lot of other stuff that I could enjoy. All right, we got tanks. That's what I'm talking about. To repair a unit, just move it to any city or building that you control, even your HQ.
Great job.
Oh, I see. So it was damaged. Okay.
Oh dear.
Final Fantasy 16, I think it does look amazing. To me, it's almost if God of War was Final Fantasy, and I am super into that idea, which I'm sure is blasphemous for some. Building a defensive wall. Oh, okay. So I can block units from moving because they can't get past the water. Cool. I can combine units? Wow. Look at that. True. Damaged units deal less damage. I feel myself already getting into this. Parker says I tried playing Majora's Mask for the first time on the Nintendo Online expansion thing that includes N64 games. I wish they did a better job of adapting to the Switch controller. I grabbed one of those N64 controllers that they have on the Nintendo store. I think if you're gonna play N64 games on the Switch, that in my opinion is like necessary, just because of how different N64 games control because of that controller. So if you could grab one of those, I would do it. Otherwise, there's like 1,000 ways to play Majora's Mask. Like I have it on 3DS, and actually I heard the 3DS version has some issues, but whatever. It's out in a variety of ways. Have any impressions on the game so far? I'm just going back and forth between chat. I'm not bored. I am enjoying it and slowly taking into strategy here. But it is the tutorial, so you know I'm super early. But I can tell that I'm going to enjoy it. It's just the morning, and I'm very tired. And because it was 4:20 yesterday, I'm a little groggy, maybe a little more than usual. Not to mention, because it was Leftist Mafia last night, I stayed up longer than usual, so I'm just low energy right now. The unit can't fire without ammo, and it can't move without fuel. In its current condition, it's practically useless. Oh no. Lucky for us, we have some transport units available. Okay. So some APCs. Adjacent.
Great job.
Only one unit, but APC units can also provide supplies to any other adjacent unit simultaneously. Okay. Smart. They are slowly layering on the strategery. Aloha, Mr. Kittens. Got to get Arm Brown on Leftist Mafia. He's been on. He'll come on again, I'm sure. But he has been on. You grew up with GameCube being your first system. You've never held an N64 controller. Oh my god. You have to. It's its own experience. That's the one thing I always appreciate about Nintendo is they're always thinking about or thinking up something different. Even if it doesn't always land. The Wii U, for example, didn't exactly land, but that helped to birth the Switch. So they're always trying something. I appreciate it. Because everyone else tends to just sit back and let Nintendo innovate while the rest of them just wait to see what Nintendo does. Still Alive says, have you left Pity City yet? If not, I think it's time to leave Pity City. I believe that is in reference to the story I covered this week about the CEO of Miller Knoll, is it? The office furniture company. Basically complaining that her staff were asking for bonuses when she herself gave herself a couple of bonuses. Which, by the way, I'm seeing a lot of misreporting around her bonuses. Because the initial video that went viral with the tweet was wrong. The tweet claimed she made like 4 or 5 million in bonuses when that's not true. She made, I think it was like 1.29 last year and 1 point something the year before. And her entire salary is 5 million. So look, you can properly criticize somebody while being accurate about what they actually made in bonuses. But regardless, yes, I have left Pity City. In fact, I was never in Pity City. But I wonder how her employees feel, like hearing something like that and then knowing your boss got those kinds of bonuses. All right, sorry. Artillery units can't move and fire on the same turn, but the range on an artillery unit is 2 to 3 spaces. Oh, so they can't. Okay. 63% damage. Look at that. Beautiful. Manufacturing Conceit says, yo, glad to catch you live. Love your videos and appreciate how quickly you get them up with breaking news. Thank you. And then some days, nothing happens. And I got no video up. Like yesterday, which to me was just, I felt like it was like a dead day. There was nothing that I wanted to cover yesterday. Luckily, we had the podcast, so that kind of filled the air. But I don't know. There are some weeks where there was 1 week, like a month ago, where there was one day there was like 5 stories I wanted to cover in a day, and I didn't have the time, couldn't do it. And then there's days like yesterday where there isn't a single thing I care about. It's unfortunate. I wish I could spread all the news out to benefit my desire of when to cover things, but it doesn't work that way. Careful placement of indirect fire units is vital to winning battles. Try to keep enemy units from engaging them directly, and you will succeed. There are other ways to win too. See these buildings? They are the headquarters for each army. We'll call them HQs for short. Okay. If you capture the enemy HQ, you'll instantly win the battle. So, kind of like getting the queen in chess. Be careful though, the same rule applies if the enemy captures your HQ. Okay. Let's select this mech unit and load it to the... Oh, interesting. Damn. Brilliant. I could tell there's a lot of depth here that is going to make for a game with a lot of legs. Filling the air on 420, exactly. Adam found the original Xbox controllers near perfect. Hands were very relaxed, cradling it. You're talking about the Duke, the giant one? You must have large hands. It's comical to me that Xbox launched with that controller just because of how inaccessible that was to, I don't know, anybody under like 13 years old. Not to mention a lot of women. Like that was a massive controller, and the placement of the buttons being like diagonal, you know, I did not like Holding it was fine and comfortable, I agree. But I didn't care for the placement of the actual face buttons. And the D-pad, from what I remember, was not good either. Do you also play Fire Emblem? I just at the end of last year, I finished three houses, which took me like 50 hours. So I played that over the course of an entire year. But yes, so I will get into Engage at some point, but I wasn't going to get right into it after finishing the last one. You could wait here and the mech unit wouldn't take damage while inside the APC. Oh, begin to capture it. Still Alive asks, are any of your fellow Leftist Mafia podcast members gamers as well? Maybe Lance? Mike is, because we have played games together and live streamed that. That was fun. Binder plays Fortnite with his son. Lance, I honestly don't know. I don't know. I would assume so, but I'm not sure. Which route did you play in Three Houses? Edelgard, is that her name? I think so. Edelgard. That route. Fun game. There's maybe... I felt there's maybe a little too much random fetch quests between battles. Like, I just found it kind of funny where you're supposed to be this important teacher, this professor at the school, and you have to go find everyone's lost items. It's like, I don't know. Why was that a thing? I just thought that was kind of bizarre. So, and I know that was optional, but you know me. If something's optional, it means I should do it. So, it just seemed like a lot of filler, that part of it. But I did enjoy the story. I enjoyed the characters. All that stuff was fun. The romancing. Some fun romancing going on too. Who did I romanced, I forget their name now. But it's like the one guy that Nintendo allows you to. So I'm curious how Nintendo's going to handle this. So that's the route that I went. And it probably wasn't as they probably weren't as forward with that relationship as they would have been if I had chose like Edelgard or somebody, or another member of the opposite sex. But it was cool for Nintendo to actually have that in there. Ever try iRacing? No, I have not, Thomas. Big Bad says, Marianne Williamson just shared a Reuters article about presidential candidates and she's not on it. Do you have any thoughts on how to combat the media's treatment of anti-establishment candidates? I told you all this was going to happen. This is of course what they're going to do. They're not going to treat her, they're not even going to put her in polls. A lot of the polls I'm seeing, she isn't even an option, despite being one of the only people to announce a run, announce a primary challenge. All of this is intentional. This is how the media tries to form narratives. I'm not saying Marianne would even win if she's included in all these things, but if the media was objective they would clearly include her, considering she has announced a challenge against Biden. She is raising money. She is doing speeches. She is campaigning. She is running against Biden. But it's not objective. They are protecting their own, and that's what they do. Unless it's like a Donald Trump situation where, hey, this is a clown show. We're going to get a lot of ratings for this. This guy's already super famous. So we're going to cover this in an insane way to the point where it's not even, where it doesn't make any sense. Like think of how, so both Donald Trump and Williamson, not politicians, but think of the difference between how much Trump was covered when he launched his run versus Marianne Williamson. And I get it's different since Biden's an incumbent and it is not an open primary, so it's a different situation. But still, think of how lopsided the coverage is. So they can't use the excuse of, oh, she isn't serious because, well, you covered Trump, who also really not serious, but you covered him every second of every day, everything he did. And it's not fair, as the media always is. It's not fair. Capture this. I get to sit here, right? Sweet. Do I have a PS5? Yes, I do. Yes, Damian Linhart. That was his name. That's who I romanced. And I wasn't sure. I was like, the game really does not let you know if it's working until like the very end. Like, I romanced Linhart hard in that game. I'm like, is this even working? I'm not getting any feedback here. And then it wasn't until, which also I think is different. If I was trying to romance like Edelgard, I think it would have been a little more, there'd be a little more feedback in the process. But Linhart was hard to get. He was playing Linhart to get. So it wasn't clear I was doing it until like the very end. Does this game have the dual strike COs? I have not played. This is my first Advance Wars of all time, so I'm not familiar with the intricacies of the DS version. Can I? I can't double capture, can I? No, I cannot. Okay. What are we at? 24% damage. This person's still recovering. I mean, all I need is to capture that thing. So, what are we at here? Can I supply life to this tank? Or is it no? I'm not even sure that did anything. Let's go for this dude. It's the same either way. So 24% here. Defense 1. Can I just fire from here? Oh, okay. They go there anyways. I have not played Three Hopes, no. I have not... Who's that developer again? That makes all those, like, Dynasty War kind of games? I have not enjoyed... Like, I tried getting into Persona 5 Strikers, which I thought I would like. And I could not... I'm like 12 hours into Strikers and I still don't understand the battle system. It's such a weird... I just want to play turn-based. It's such a weird battle system in that game. So I'm not confident that I would enjoy Three Hopes. And like I like how the story ended there, and it was all, everything seemed fine. It's not Koei. No, there's the actual developer. That's just the publisher. Let me look up. Omega Force? I think it's Omega Force. Yeah, Omega Force. Omega Force games I have not typically been too into. So we're talking Dynasty Warriors. We're talking what else on this list? Oh my god, a lot of Dynasty Wars. Oh my goodness. They had a One Piece game in 2013. Hyrule Warriors. Another One Piece game in 2015. Then Fire Emblem Warriors, and then Three Hopes. Didn't they also do and Persona 5? Here we go. Persona 5 Strikers. Just not super into what I've played from them. Should I end my turn? What if I move here? Maybe put this dude right here. Did I just... Wait. Did I blow up? Did I miss that? I did. Why did I go after a tank with 8? That was stupid. Okay, I'm just going to sit here and block the bridge. Game characters aren't sexy to you, David? Who are we talking about specifically? I'm sure there's a few. But they're all ultimately cartoons. Marcos, what are you talking about? What in the... I installed the ad game I saw on Facebook. This is Nintendo. Advance Wars. This ain't no Facebook gaming bullshit. Come on, Marcos. You could do better than that. Are you getting the Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters? I'm probably just going to get 6. I can't imagine enjoying like 1 to 3 from NES. I don't know. I mean, maybe I could. But I don't think... There's been too much advancement in RPGs for me to enjoy an NES RPG. But... Can I capture this now? Hell yeah. We have won.
Congratulations.
But 6, I will play through. What I'm debating though is I'm not sure whether or not to get it on PlayStation or Switch. I'm leaning towards Switch because I don't think the PS version is 4K anyways. So I might as well have a handheld. Keep an eye on your stats, but luck plays a small part in every battle. Keep this in mind. I'm killing it. I'm killing this tutorial. Just dominating. Josh, come on. That's a hard question. Why do you throw these tough questions at me? What's your favorite game of all time? I honestly... It's probably changed a bunch of times. For me, the reason why that question is tough is because do I include nostalgia with that answer, or just the game I've had like the most fun with, or had the biggest impact on me? Because it's a different game for each situation. It's really hard for me to say. Like Mario Kart, the original one on SNES, I have the most nostalgia for that. But is that a game I want to go back and play now? No. So can that really be my favorite game of all time if I'm not really going to enjoy it all that much today? I don't know. Then you got Perfect Dark. I got a lot of nostalgia for that game as well. And that game I think is still fun, the HD version of it. But it's not gonna hold a candle to most FPS games now. So it's impossible. It's impossible. You can't believe I know this game? Alan, I used to work in video games. I know every game. At least console games. PC games I'm a little more lost, but which is funny considering I worked in PC gaming. But there's just I have no nostalgia for like 90s PC games. Zero. I need to play Engage. I'll get to it. As I said, I just finished 3 Houses late last year. So I have my Fire Emblem fix for now. I am getting the hang of it. Thank you. Thank you, Nell. Richard, I hope you're right. I mean, I hope you're wrong about the Bruins. I'd rather face Florida. But I hope you're right about the Leafs in round 2. Rash Nash, that's me. You will guide the commanding officers of Orange Star in defending their territory and fight to uncover the motive behind the sudden ambush. You can see why this game was delayed a year. The sudden ambush. I feel like this is there's such a loose connection here to Russia that delaying this game because of it, I don't think anybody would have even again, I'm sure there's a bigger connection maybe in some way, but they never said Russia. They're not pretending it's Russia and Ukraine, or they aren't saying it's Russia and Ukraine. So, not to mention this game came out 20 years ago. But, whatever. It's out now. I'm not going to complain about a delay. I don't care about it anymore.
I'm up. What's the drill this time?
Bruins equal Maple Leaf statties. This is why it's such a perfect matchup. Because for the Leafs to go on a proper run, they have to destroy all their demons. So they got to get through Tampa after that terrible loss. They got to get through the Bruins, another massive demon, and then if they can do that, that's it. That's it. It doesn't matter who's in the final. It doesn't matter. It just that would be it. Harry says, for which game developer company did you work for? So I didn't work for a developer. I worked in marketing, in marketing and gaming, in PC gaming. And then I realized I really hate marketing. So I left. Well, to be fair, I was laid off twice from the same company. So once the second layoff hit, I was like, you know what? I think I'm good on working for a massive company. So let's try something different. Blue Moon. I thought they were through being the bad guys. I wonder how important the story is to any of us. Okay, so I need to resecure Coral Fortress for Orange Star. Should I do Mission 1? Let's do Mission 1. Have you played Gemfire? No, I have not. Did you see Polyev and Bernier bought check marks? I saw that Polyev does, or did. Which is not surprising. Maxime Bernier, I'm not even paying attention. It's just like, is he even important anymore? I feel like once Polyev won the leadership race, for the Conservatives, people just stopped paying attention to Maxime Bernier because he was no longer the voice of the crazies, even though he still is. But he's no longer one in a prominent position, or in the prominent position, because now it's clearly Polyev. Whoever wins this division gets the cup. I hope so. Though I've seen a lot of people claim Edmonton has a chance. I mean, so do the Avs, even though they don't have Kadri. The team's still good. But, I mean, Boston, man, like, after the season Boston had, the pressure's on them to kind of complete the run in the playoffs. And they got rocked last game, didn't they? It was like 6-3. So, who knows? Florida could pull it off. Have I noticed performance issues? No, not at all. Olaf. I wonder what country he's from. Olaf has occupied Coral Fortress with a prized unit in tow. Take this opportunity to show Andy the ropes and tanks. All right, Olaf. Dynamic Editor says, fun fact, Orange Star was originally Red Star in Japan, but was changed to Orange, likely because of Red's association with communism. Interesting. Did not know that. All right, a medium tank. What's this all about? Olaf means business. Even with all our units, we'll need an airtight strategy to win. All right.
Do you need me to explain?
Sure. Explain the strategy. Oh, you don't have to define the word for me. I thought she was gonna like give me a strategy. She's like defining the word strategy. Okay, thank you, Nell. That's very helpful. Oh, here we go. Ignore the medium tank. Okay, just to make sure that not to move into its attack range. Holding B. Well, now I know. All right, I could do that. No.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see what this guy's, Okay, I can avoid that. Easy. I say, let's do what Nell said. Put this one there. Let's capture a city. Wait, can tanks capture cities or just units? Let's see. I cannot. Okay. In that case, maybe shoot this one? What? A life of 10. What's mine? Also 10. I guess it's a fair fight. We'll see what happens. At least as I'm sitting here, they can't capture it. Oh, Patrick, thank you. I don't really care for video games, but this is relaxing. David's dulcet tone is soothing to hear while I'm working. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate it. $9-4. Looking good? Looking good? Oh, let's load. Can I load a unit into this? Is that how I do this? Low. Can I load more? I cannot. Okay. But now I can go here. Right? I go here. And be like, drop the unit here. And help to capture next time. Can I bring this dude back? I guess I can't do it right now. Should I bring this unit in? Maybe I should. Let's at least get these guys closer. I guess I gotta capture these as well. But I'm not sure what the point would be. I'm so anti-war, but it's fun watching David. This is a video game. This is a game of chess. Just with, you know, tanks and shit. I'm not, like, fighting real people here. Alright, that is the round, I think. Intel. What's Intel about? CO. Not really sure. Let's end the turn. Have you played Into the Breach? Yes, I have. Fantastic game. Fantastic game, Tony. I love that game. In fact, I own 2 versions of that game. I have it on Switch and I have it on Steam Deck. And am I wrong? But did Netflix buy up that game or something? I heard something about that now being a Netflix game, which sounds very unfortunate. But I'm glad I bought it before that happened. But fantastic. I love that game. And yeah, it's similar sort of grid setup like this, though it plays differently. You're not really like capturing bases, but it's, you know, similar in sort of its turn-based strategy. Olaf is claiming a quick victory for Blue Moon. We'll see. Richard says, does the algorithm ever stop you from covering more Canadian content? Ever considered spinning that into a separate channel where you can cover it more freely? The issue with doing separate channels is you have to rebuild again from the start. At least when I put a video on this channel, people are going to see it. Doing a different channel is not going to help the content. It's going to get even less eyeballs. The algorithm doesn't control me. It's my channel has always been American focused. It's just what I find more interesting. It's kind of my entry point into politics. So, I mean, that's that. I'm also just less knowledgeable generally on Canadian politics, but I cover what I find a story that I could, you know, add to in some way. Let's capture this. But yeah, I mean, I wish I was more than one person. Like, if I could hire someone just to focus on Canadian stuff, then that would be beneficial, but I can't afford to do that. FTL is, yeah, their first game. I actually haven't played that. I own it on Steam. Actually, I just realized. I have to see if that is Steam Deck compatible, because I don't think I've checked that since I bought it. Because it is Mac compatible, but I don't play a lot of games on Mac, so I haven't actually checked it out. Just checking my phone here. But I don't know. Could you set up videos on your main channel to autoplay to a video posted to a new channel? I don't believe so. You can have like an intro video on your channel, but I think it has to be your own upload. You could add playlists with different channels or videos from different channels, but there's still the limitation that people aren't getting notifications when those videos are uploaded from a different channel. So even though it may be on the main page, they'd actually have to go to the main page to see there's even a video there, because they're not going to get a notification unless they're subscribed to the other channel. Anyways, it's too complicated. So that's why I tend to focus on just the one channel. Though I do have my David Dole channel. There is some gaming content on there, but I can't live stream on that channel right now because it isn't big enough. So there's limitations on that as well. All right, so if I sit here, they can't capture this, right? This dude's a 4. That's an artillery unit. I can finally attack this thing. I could... no, let me go for this guy. Yeah, that's right, Mr. Kittens. Joseph Staten is working for Netflix now on a new game. And he was behind Halo. So Netflix is trying to jump into gaming, and that's going to be a weird thing to see. Okay, you're down to 2. Can I destroy you if I do this? Should I do this? Let's do it. Wonderful. So they're destroyed. Let's load up into here. Actually, can you do that? No. Let's grab... Let's nail this guy. Or I can nail this... Maybe I nail this one. What am I at here? 10? I could hit the tank first. That's the way they're trapped. Maybe you should promote your other channel in your videos. It's just not... I don't post enough on there to promote it. Like, I would love to focus more time on just random stuff, random videos, gaming videos, but I don't have much time to. I feel like any time taken away from this channel is just, it's not ultimately worth it, especially if I could just do this. I could play a game on this channel. The world has not ended. Everything will be fine. So it's whatever. I don't need to have to categorize different kinds of videos into different channels. Okay, so what now? Oh, here we go. Bring this guy here. Drop. What? No. Why can't I... I can't drop to the side? Oh, because he's sitting there. Oh, okay. Okay, well, let's just move some units forward then. Maybe capture these. I'm not sure what's the point, but can't hurt. Where should you go? Maybe bring you here. I'll just wait. There we go. PlayStation or Xbox? Well, this is Nintendo Switch. I play on both Xbox and PlayStation as well, though. But when it comes to, like, in terms of what I've been spending more time with, between those two, it's definitely the PlayStation 5. Xbox has not been doing a whole lot recently. When the CO power is ready, you can activate it by selecting power from the map menu. Okay, let's see what this is. But keep an eye on your enemy's CO power meter as well. They won't hesitate to use their own against us.
No? Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's Wait, which button's the map menu? It would help to know that. It's not that one. This one? Power. Nell's units may randomly strike with up to plus 60 to firepower. They also gain...
Let's have
Do I
a
choose...
little fun.
Okay, how does this work?
Lucky
Sweet
stop.
animations. Oh, it goes to everybody. All right. All right. Cool. Let's keep capturing this. What? How many times must I do that? Can I shoot from here? Apparently I can. Okay. Nice. You capture an amount equal to your current strength. Okay. Alex, yes they did. And I consumed a ton of Leafs content last night. I went to like a bunch of YouTube channels that like cover the Leafs just to soak up the win. All right, you're about to die. That's right, Olaf. How far does this reach? Not that far. Okay. David Dole equals John Tavares. If only. If only I had a hat trick last night. That was the best game I've ever seen Tavares play. Like, at least as a Leaf. He's not typically been a goal scorer. But last night, man, to get a hat trick, he earned his contract. All right, if I bring this dude here, if I bring them here, drop here. Oh, I can't use that guy to shoot? Can I go back? Damn it. Okay, that was not... Whatever. Whatever. I'm doing fine. This is fine. I should move the artillery to the bridge. I mean, I suppose. It's not going anywhere else. Okay, he stepped off for some reason. Thank you. I guess I will start capturing. Because there's no chance here. Let's capture this. Load into here. Where can I go with this thing? Maybe right here. Wonderful. And make easy work of these units here. Gonna play Counter-Strike 2 when it comes out this summer? No. If it hit console, which Valve appears to hate consoles, so that's not gonna happen. But if it hit console, I would. I did enjoy some Counter-Strike back in the day. One of the few PC games I really was, I guess, kind of into. Back in like, what, the early 2000s. But it looks good. I would play it. I just don't have a good PC to play PC games that require any sort of actual graphics card. And I have no need for it. I got too many games on console anyways, and not enough time to play them. Okay, I'm still free of this giant tank. Let's slowly beat these people down. Yeah, I don't really want to go that way. Oh, I can go through the water though, can I? Let's see the ranging on this again. Okay, I could shoot from the water. So let's go here. Bring the artillery there. Let's capture these. Diablo 2 greater than Counter-Strike. I mean, they're very different games. Diablo 4 looks really... I got super into Diablo 3 because it came on console, and it was very well done. So I'll definitely play 4 if I can find the time. Okay, I think we're good here. End turn. Joel, I did not play Resident Evil 4 Remake. I played the demo. I was like, oh, I'm not sure I'm ready for this. I don't know if I want to play this. I don't know. I'm not sure I want to admit my feelings about Resident Evil 4. It's a game. So, as I've said before, I've never super been into survival horror games. I don't like horror generally. It's too anxiety-inducing. I like taking my time. This is a perfect pace for me right now. I take my time, nice and slow. My heart's not racing. There's too much anxiety in real life for me to enjoy a horror movie or a horror game. That said, Dead Space Remake was fantastic. And that was just the right amount of horror, where it wasn't like freaking me out, but I could take it, and that game is just a fun game to play. So I really enjoyed that. I'm sure I could enjoy Resident Evil 4 Remake, but I have so much right now. You know, once that hits discount, which I'm sure at some point it will, then I'll grab it, but I don't need it right now. Okay, let's capture this. Or at least try to. Let's end... Actually, let's end this dude here. Or let's begin to. 1 unit? Come on now. Wasting my time with this shit. Capture here. That means I either gotta waste my time on this guy, and I guess I will. Or I can move. Oh wait, he can still move after capturing? I'll just do that. Okay, here we go. Let's go here. Let's shoot you. Diablo 3 was the last time I ever gave Blizzard my money and I got a refund. I guess you really were not into Diablo 3. Are you one of those people that hated the game because it was too colorful? I didn't. I could not care less. I mean, nothing against dark games, but it was just fun. Alright, I can use maybe this unit. No, I can't. Okay. Then I'll use this one. On here. Fire at you. Oh yeah, I've captured that building already. Alright. So I can capture this one now. There we go. These two are done. Maybe put this one here. These guys are kind of useless. I don't know. Artillery down here, maybe? Can I shoot from here? No. I'll just go here. That looks fine. Can I resupply? Do I need to resupply anybody? There we go. That's cool. Alright. Dead Space is more horror than Resident Evil 4. You think so? I don't know. That opening... The demo alone... The opening in the village... I feel like I had more anxiety in that... playing that demo than most of Dead Space. Those town folks are just... They're freaks. Absolute freaks. So, I'll tell you when I stopped playing Resident Evil 4, the original one. And I think I rented it because I was skeptical that I would like survival horror. And I enjoyed what I played. And then I got to the lake monster. And when you put a monster in a lake, no. That was the end for me. I stopped playing at the lake monster. So, you know, to give you an idea of how much I don't like horror. Olaf is shaking in his boots right now. I've captured the bases. They're being captured. This dude wants to destroy me, apparently. That's fine. You do you. I will be resupplied here. So let me, what should I do first? Maybe capture this one too. You thought Diablo 3 was so bad? Wait, it was so bad they offered refunds? I completely forgot. Or I still forget all of that. I don't remember any of that backlash. I don't know. When I think I played it on PS4, right? I think that's when it came out. It was great. I don't remember having any problems with it. Alright, they're gone. Can I... What's the range on this thing? Okay, let me go over here. Let's go here. Nice and safe. So I can't shoot from here? I can't shoot from here. That's not close enough? Feels like that should be close enough. Okay. I could resupply this dude. Maybe. Or I could run. Let's resupply, see what happens. Oh, it doesn't get life though, it just resupplies. Alright. That didn't really help too much. Should I just run? Run away? Sit on the old base here? Maybe scare them back. Distract them. So if I try firing on this guy, 0 damage. Okay, so there's no point in doing that. I could just sit here maybe. Be the distraction. What's the range on this guy? Oh, okay. So you have to be like right beside them. All right. I rather he destroy the tank than my APC. Let's sit here and see what happens. And I could fire. I don't know. I don't know what to do here. Move tank in between infantry. Over here? I'm just afraid the tank's now going to attack the APC, but I guess we'll find out. Yeah, that's going to happen. I guess I don't need it. It helps with range though. See? There goes that. I don't know. I feel like I should have left the tank there. Let the tank take that hit. So now I have no quick way to the end. I am curious why the range on this is so short. What is the range on this? Wasn't it there? What? I thought it was there before. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. So if I can move the artillery here, I should be able to hit it. Is what it seems like. I still can't do it. Oh, you can't. That's right. You can't. Okay. You can't shoot and move in the same turn. That's why. Okay. Okay, well, let me move here and see if he moves this time. No, see, I should have left the tank there, because then he would have shot